Welcome back to the Daily News Network. Time for Finding Your Frequency. Brian Sexton along with Michael Burridge from MC Venue Services. How are you, Michael?
Good. How you doing today,
I'm
Brian?
good. What people can't see on your shirt is you're the Mr. Softy guy. You're the ice cream guy. When it's hot and you're standing outside of a stadium and you want that baseball helmet filled with ice cream, you're the guy who sells it.
We are the official soft serve ice cream of many professional sports teams around the country, enjoying huge success and happy to be in the business.
Tell me about the ice cream business. How's it going?
So recently, since the last time I've been around here, we are now up to 30 venues around the country.
Wow.
5 Major League Baseball teams, 5 NHL teams, and many others. So this is obviously our wheelhouse this time of year. So we're enjoying great success right now in mostly Major League Baseball stadiums this time of year.
Listen, I know because I've been in professional sports for 3 decades. That is a super competitive business. I mean, the margins can be so thin in terms of who's there and who's not. How hard is it to build a successful business working with professional sports franchises?
So, we've learned over the years since 2014 when we started a lot of ins and outs and how different stadiums work, whether it be an indoor arena, whether it be a football stadium, a baseball stadium, how to manage our business and how to structure our deals so that everybody is successful, which we pride ourselves on, that we have a very fair business model where everybody has a vested interest to do their best. We provide the product and the equipment. The stadium provides the advertising to drive traffic, and the food service company provides the labor. So collaboratively, we all make it work.
What does a typical day look like for you out there trying to grow this business?
So,
It's got to be fun.
It is fun, and it's definitely fun, especially early on when we would get calls from all different sports teams, and I answer the phone and say, oh, it's the Washington Redskins, or, different. So that part was fun, and now it's become a little more commonplace and it's expected now.
Okay.
And I don't forget where I came from because, we've all had trials and tribulations in business. But basically, we have a lot of networking that goes on behind the scenes with sponsorship people in these stadiums, and that's how we get a lot of our opportunities.
Listen, you've obviously got a very successful business. It's not, though, been overnight. What's the biggest challenge that you face on a day-to-day basis, and how difficult is it some days when you're working for yourself and doing your own thing to stay focused?
So early on, it was started kind of as a mom and pop, a wing and a prayer, and my partner and I both borrowed some money to get our first account, which was Citi Field in New York. And
it's a big account to get as your first one.
It's a big account, and not knowing anything about the ice cream business myself, my partner was previously in the ice cream business, but not in the stadium business, which is a totally different animal. It was interesting to learn and navigate through, ask the right questions to get our first account, to make it successful. So it was very nerve-wracking in the beginning, but over time, we definitely figured out, a formula that works for everybody to make money.
How different is the business today from when you started? And again, I've seen things change in professional football, and I imagine in every sport, it has changed for you.
Yeah, it's been exciting to see the growth of our business. Of course, pricing impact. Yeah. But I will say that it seems to be, and our pricing is different geographically, depending on whether in Seattle or California or New York or here in Jacksonville. It seems to be that it's after COVID, things have leveled off, and, people have a little more money, expendable money, right, that they're utilizing to go to these sporting events and buy our product.
So I like to ask people 3 questions. Everyone has a defining moment in life and business. Most people have more than one. Share one with us. One that tells your story.
So I would think that the defining moment in our business was probably when COVID actually happened.
Okay.
And we literally had no business because every venue was shut down to spectators. Fortunately for us, a lot of businesses were in the same boat, and we had a lot of loans. We didn't come overnight. We borrow money and we have to pay back. So I think the fact that we were able to get a little bit of government help at the time, really was a defining moment in our business because it helped level us back off after COVID, which they provided enough money to springboard us into, not just covering what we have, but extra money to advance our business. So I think that's a pretty defining moment in our business.
We talk in Finding Your Frequency about having to dial it in specifically so you know who you are and where you're going. It was COVID that moment for you?
So, my partner's a little more ambitious at times than I am. I'm a little more grounded, if you will. And I think that the way that our business model is set up, and I've had several conversations with him about this, is that we have to stay true to who we are.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of opportunities. We've had several conversations with the Dodgers and bigger market teams where, there has been suggestion that we change our percentages and things like that. I kind of stave that off and I say, hey, we have certain parameters that we need to stay within, and we've stayed true to what we have. And that's why we've been successful, because a lot of people take all these on and realize at the end of the day, it's a losing proposition. And I'm not in business to lose money.
Yeah.
So
it's tough sometimes when you see the Dodgers and think,
absolutely,
man, that would be good for business.
Absolutely.
But if it's not good for business,
right, it's
not good for business.
Right.
How about a challenge, an obstacle along the way, Michael, where you got past it, you achieved, you got to the top of the mountain despite the obstacle in your way, that you said, oh, nothing will ever slow me down again. If I got through that, I can do anything.
So that's a pretty clear moment for us when we took on the Jaguars back in 2015. It was early on our business. We were only in business for a year, and excuse me, we were looking to borrow money, and the company we were dealing with as far as equipment goes offered to put it up for us, and we would then get the loans. Well, this went on from September, October into November, and I finally got at the end of it that, hey, we can't get the loan done. In that case, we were scrambling for money, and we had to take a really poor loan, but we paid it off. And that was a really defining moment in our business, that if I can overcome this and figure it out, I think we're going to be okay. And then COVID happened, but we survived that as well.
You have such a great story to tell. Is there a piece of advice that you would offer to one of our viewers who might be looking to become an entrepreneur, to endure, to get their business where it needs to go? What might you offer to people who are looking to work for themselves or to achieve at a high level in business?
So I think I kind of touched on it already, but being true to what your business model is very, very important. And, don't sell out just because of a big name or a potential opportunity. It has to be well thought out. And I think you'll be successful as long as you stay grounded and don't forget where you came from and realize how your business was built. It should keep going.
Michael Burridge. I know it says MC Ventures. I call you the Mr. Softy guy.
That's good.
Right?
That's
I hope
good.
you take that as a compliment.
Absolutely. Listen, most people have me in their phone as Mr. Softy.
I love it. It's a great story to tell.
Thank you so much for having me.
I appreciate you. Hope you come back.
I will. Absolutely.
And that'll do it for this edition of Finding Your Frequency. We'll see you next time on the Daily News Network.